It's January in the Rocky Mountains of Western Canada. I'm here with my friends Justin and Marty at the start of a 4-day adventure that will take us through some of the most spectacular mountain terrain in the country. I had camped at this exact location 4 days earlier to scout the route.
I'm a little nervous. I think the thing that I'm worried about is the fact that we get up there and it's complex terrain with a lot of avalanche danger, and we have to make some tough decisions and potentially turn around. I'd be pretty bummed about that.
And if Justin is worried, I'm terrified.
We're getting this show on the road. We're all set to go. Got a bunch of travel, probably around 10 kilometers to the pass. I'm expecting around 8 kilometers to the Alpine.
This was the end of the line where I got to a few days ago.
We'd spent weeks looking at the maps and satellite images, but still didn't know if we could link two prominent valleys by an alpine pass in the winter. Unfortunately, I had lost the trail while scouting and was forced to turn around. There was still uncertainty about the terrain, snow, avalanche conditions, and if the summer trail had been maintained since a major flood in 2013. Would there be enough snow to ski up the valley? Would there be deadfall on the trail? Would there be too much snow at elevation to make crossing the 3 large avalanche runouts unsafe? What would it be like at the pass? Would there be a steep headwall? Would there be overhead hazards from wind-deposited snow? Would there be enough time to make it from our day 1 camp to the pass before sunset on day 2? What would we do if we get to the pass too late in the day? With all of these questions still unanswered, we headed up the valley on day 2.
Time is definitely a factor. It's causing me a little bit of stress because the most challenging part of the route is right at the end today. And you just don't want to be doing that in darkness. We can't be in the most dangerous part of the route in the dark. So hopefully we're gonna get to that area right around 2 o'clock, which would be ideal. Give us lots of light and able to make good decisions.
Just crossing our first avalanche path. It would take a big slide for this to come down. So I'm not really worried about it today, considering that there's not much snow up there, but there could be a lot of wind-loaded snow that we can't see, so we're crossing one at a time. We're in the middle of a big one right now.
I think one more.
Yeah, and we're halfway through this one. This is actually what we just crossed here was the side slide. The main path is coming up. If this all slid, we'd be pulled down into the valley bottom and it would be game over.
This is a big path here, big slide path.
If there was much more snow, this would be a complete no-go.
Just a little bit below where the trail went on the map, and we've basically gotten through all of the main Avi paths so far. So this is actually looking good. This should level out for a little bit, and then we should get into the Alpine soon. We're, as the crow flies, 1 kilometer to the end of the tree line. So we're at 2150 right here. End of the trees is 2350, so feeling confident.
Oh, it's probably switching back. I bet it just kind of continues up here and then starts curving.
No, there's definitely sort of a clearing that way.
The way that I had seen it on the map was basically bouncing up those trees.
Yeah.
Going kind of left.
I think you go hard left.
Hard left.
Yeah. I think we can do that.
I think, yeah, up this tree band,
there, then hard left through the actual pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that steep.
Yeah.
The steep slope is on the map was this one.
Yeah.
This one's not holding any snow. My concern is up in that kind of bowl area.
What? Like where those thin trees are.
Yeah, but it does.
Yeah.
Like I would assume if it slid a lot, they'd be pummeled.
Yeah.
We're less than a kilometer to the top of the pass. Probably 400 meters elevation to gain, and it's just a question of if there's a safe way when we're up there. I think this is the right decision.
It's just, 100%.
It is the
100%
right decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then
we don't want to get
If
lost.
it was 2 o'clock, it would have been a little bit more of a. Like,
well, it's also that, okay, let's say we do start, even if it was 2, start climbing,
yeah.
and then something doesn't turn out right, then you're on that slope and you're trying to turn around in the dark.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh, but to 2 you have 3 hours. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, okay. That's
I think that makes sense. Like this morning, I was kind of saying, if we make it to Alpine by 2, we're probably going to be
Good.
able to make it.
Yeah.
And we did not make it by 2.
That's
so.
the turnaround time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're kind of following a plan, and it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the pass that we need to get over. It's 3:30, which is pretty late in the day, so sunset is at 5, and it'd be a pretty risky place to be at 5 o'clock as the sun is setting. So our plan is to camp right below the pass in a little clearing that's nicely protected, and then get over this tomorrow. I did end up going a little bit higher, scoping it out a bit more. It looks like there's a ramp on the climber's left of the pass that should be a good sort of shallow angle, not too steep and be safe, but we'll have to see that to really decide, and we'll do that tomorrow. So I'm gonna try and get a good night's sleep and get back at it, keep making some good decisions.
We started day 3, knowing that the decisive moment was literally around the corner. Would we commit to the route and make it across the pass to Sunshine Meadows, or be forced to turn back down the valley?
Cut up to the big Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Then kind of probably zigzag our way up through those trees.
Yeah.
And then we follow that ramp from the last little group of trees. We follow that ramp hard left.
Yeah.
There's a big snow face. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think everything to the right I'm less worried about now. It's like no angle.
Yeah, I'm surprised, eh?
It's the wind loading on that spot right there.
Feeling pretty confident. Conditions are good. It's not whiteout, and we'll see how everything goes.
I'm now doubting your assessment of 50 minutes to the top. If that looks sketchy,
Yeah,
I think we do have a route
the other way.
right and then up.
Yeah, I think so too. Right now I'm doing a hard right to gain the next ridge. But these ridges are completely bare of snow, and I think they act as a little bit of a safety brake. We'll kind of scoop around to there, then possibly pop up.
I'm thinking more low, like this tree bed right here in front of us,
Yeah,
and then cutting, like facing out.
yeah.
One of us tree, and we just hopscotch the trees and then up that ramp. I think it's a straight shot, easy to the left there.
Definitely some big slopes above me, but we're gonna go through here one at a time, play it safe. How you feeling?
Alive.
alive. I'm glad we didn't do this last night.
I'm now worried about, like, I'm still worried about that overhead, especially with the little cornices built up there.
Yep.
Got a little bit of sloughing off of the ridge on the right there.
Yep.
You can kind of see some coming down.
My plan was just to bolt across here.
Yeah. So and then are you thinking top?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Top. I mean, literally straight line to that thread the needle on top of that rock band below the other little rock band, and then boom, over.
Basically from here until we get on the bench, no stopping. So catch your breath, catch your energy, because we do that overhead is not inconsequential.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Woo! That's a sprint.
Man, that is stressful. Holy cow.
Woo. This slope right above where we cross could slide. The big one in the background too definitely slides.
What part freaks you out the most?
The very slippery wind slabs.
Right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like 1 and 2 for likelihood, like probably 1s to be honest for likelihood and consequence. Maybe a 2 for likelihood on that first slope.
We came all the way from down valley there, about 20 kilometers down valley, and now we're popping over into one of the most beautiful parts of Canada, Sunshine Meadows. Crossing the Alpine between 2 passes. This is the last little obstacle. Gotta keep making good decisions, looking for little features that could slide. There's a lot of wind slabs. The last decision-making point, we've got to drop down to Citadel Pass right there and then continue on to our campsite. Pretty steep, rocky slope. So all here is exposed rocks, 25, 30 degrees. And then on the map, it says that it's a bit less steep right around that corner, right in front of us here. But then you've got this big bowl that's pretty wind loaded. Has had some small slides there, some slough probably, but still things to keep in mind. Summer trail would put us below a slide path, which it does, but it's not holding snow.
Oh yeah, let's take summer trail. Like just.
That's it, we're at Citadel Pass. The big obstacles are done. We're gonna be cruising over to our campsite. Marty and Justin are on their way. I've skied from here to where we're camping tonight in complete darkness. So I'm looking forward to doing this in the day, being able to see the views and just cruise, no more stress.
Seeing Mount Assiniboine in the distance, I knew that we had made all the right decisions. I'll remember it as one of my most challenging but rewarding adventures, time spent in the wilderness with great friends, until the next one.
Another day at the resort.